Today, we're building the ultimate PSP Go. Yeah, the one from 2009. Because I found one in perfect condition, and you know we had to accessorize. So, let's check it out. This was like the Nintendo Switch of my childhood. Unfortunately, I could never afford one as a child, so we're reliving my childhood now. And we obviously had to buy all the accessories. We got the official Sony camera, an official unopened traveler's case, and we even got a custom skin too. Starting off easy, screen protectors, which we had to buy most of these accessories on eBay or AliExpress simply because they just don't carry them anymore. Setup should be fairly simple, but if I do fail, it does come with 3. Second one. But the benefit is we can use the first one as a dust magnet. Yeah, good enough. It does the job. But next up, because they use a proprietary port, and nowadays everybody uses USB-C, there's this, which is just an adapter, 3D printed, using the one end of the PSP and the other USB-C. Still clicks in, doesn't come up by itself, and now you don't have to carry around a special cable, but instead carry this around. Next up, I've always wanted one of these, a camera that attaches directly to the PSP, which I want to check out before we open it up and do some internal upgrades too. These are officially made from Sony, and this is the original version. There was an upgraded one, but it's a lower pixel count. This is the official game for it too. So, comes with the UMD, which only works on the PSP, unfortunately. How tiny that is. But because this was for the PSP, and actually opening up and holding a UMD game is super nostalgic, we had to get this, an adapter that allows it to go on the PSP Go. Luckily, I was able to find one pretty much brand new, and it looks like it just slides on the top. Attach the actual camera, screw it in, well bam, with a camera built in that also rotates. 2 megapixels! So there's a camera mode, but it can also do video too. The adapter basically accommodates the fact that the screen can slide up and down, but when tucked away, not the most portable, although does give it the best nostalgic effect.
Yo, 2005, gang gang.
Boom. Yo, instant switch.
I was just born.
We interrupt this segment to pay our bills. Because if you're the type to carry all of this in your bag, whether for school, work, or while traveling, now, thanks to Charge, with their new Disc Pro 2, all you need is this, with dual USB-C, USB-A, SD, and microSD, plus HDMI support too. Packed into the tiniest credit card sized device that also just looks so damn cool, allowing you to turn any device into a full workstation. Perfect for those pretending to work from home while vacationing in Europe or something. And while attaching it to your iPhone with MagSafe is convenient, combining this with your MacBook is where the fun really begins. Because once you install your own SSD of choice with a single screw, you can transfer files in seconds thanks to the 10 gigabit per second USB-C data ports. And the best part, you can turn on its built-in 12,000 RPM fan to keep the whole device cooled, which I wish I had this for my sweaty forehead too. You can upgrade to 8 terabytes of storage. It's got 100 watt charging speeds, and the USB-C cable is detachable, but when connected, also doubles as a lanyard too. So if you need an all-in-one hub system that won't take up your entire bag, get the early bird pricing on Kickstarter right now. Links and details down below. So this alone already makes for a pretty cool setup, but it's not ultimate just yet. For everyday use though, there are these clear cases, one for the front and one for the back. Add to that what may have been my favorite PSP accessory, a soft padded sleeve, which makes for a easy commuter on-the-go setup that can fit in your pocket. Remember, this was 2005. However, for the serious travelers, Sony made an official case that's hard shell. Brand new in-box, a hard shell leather case. It's already got some damage on it straight from the box, but come on. The print still perfect, and Velcro still works. Inside, what was supposed to be a soft microfiber finish feels a little sticky right now. So if you know you're gonna toss it into your bag and want a little more protection, You can slide it in here without breaking the leather, hopefully. Beauty. You'll look like a dad straight from 1999. Unfortunately, it's so old, the leather is just slowly disintegrating as you use it, but it looked good for a solid 5 minutes. Next up, for some internal upgrades, this gives the PSP a little more juice, but because of that, the PSP has to get a little thicker, so this is the back shelf for that. They do include a new battery mount, as well as the additional screws too. They included all the tools we needed to get it open. So first thing, we have to remove the old battery. Obviously this voids the warranty. And in goes the bigger battery. Just look at the size difference. So you gotta fit this bracket in. It just slots right in this groove here. There is a screw here that looks like it lines up with that. So slide this battery into the shell. Probably the hardest part, plug it back in. Then we try and neatly route the cable so it doesn't get in the way with the excess hiding inside. Push it down and that screw holds it in place. Moment of truth, testing if it works. Green light is a good sign. Ta-da! Popping the backside back on with the new shell. Lines up with the screw holes. I lied. I forgot we had one more mod inside, which is the memory card converter to a standard micro SD card. It's just this really thin ribbon, so we gotta be really careful. And on one side, it takes a micro SD. We got one here, which is formatted to FAT32. Pop that in. And then opening up the shell again, because it wouldn't be DIY if you don't make at least 3 mistakes. Okay, so this end goes into here, but then this has to hide inside. So either I leave it on top, or maybe it could fit inside like this. This plugs into here. It folds here and needs to stay here. We don't have any electrical tape, so we're gonna use some painter's tape and hope it doesn't catch on fire. Easy money. Put this back over, and that also holds it in place. All right, everything's locked in. Shell back on. Should snap in place if it's not too thick. That's it. We got a thick boy. Oh, that's not good. The matte black finish is actually preferred. The chunkier feel feels great for ergonomics, and it just looks sick. The best part, the camera adapter still fits. However, to finish it off, we gotta add our custom skin, which hopefully it still fits in the back, but the front will fit for sure. Boom, perfectly aligned, minus some mismarks, but come on, how cool is that? It surprisingly fit pretty well, but we do have some damage on the side here just due to the bigger back, so problem solved. Come on, that's friggin' cool. And custom back too, with this thick boy that feels way better to use. Better yet, clip this baby in, attach, and now you've got the ultimate vlogging camera. Come on. And we have the 120 gigs memory card. Let me know in the comments what other retro handheld we should do to buy all the accessories and build an ultimate setup for it. But that's it. I rest my ultimate PSP Go build. Bro, I'm all about committing. I can also do video too. Yo. Oh, recorded. Heyo. Gang gang.